All right, my friend, welcome back. This is Dr. Anthony Balduzzi, founder here at the Fit Father Project. In today's video, we're going to be talking about plyometric exercises, or Plyos, what they are, why they're beneficial, and if you should be incorporating these into your exercise routine. So first off, let's define Plyos. If you've heard the term before, you probably start to think about things like people jumping up and down. And it's the truth. Plyometric exercises are exercises designed to increase your speed and your power. And the way they do this is by leveraging something called the stretch-shortening cycle in every muscle. So anytime we stretch a muscle, so let's just say we're doing a bicep curl and we stretch the bicep, there is a reflex that wants to contract that muscle and make it shorter. So anytime a muscle is very stretched, our nervous system says, hey, I don't want to tear that muscle, I want to make it short again and contract it. And so this is called the stretch shortening reflex. And we need to talk about this because that's what Plyos are. Plyos are exercises that take advantage of this stretch shortening reflex to increase our speed and our power. So Plyos are very quick motions, and you're going to see me demo some of our favorite plyo exercises here in this video in just a second, but you're going to see I'm moving fast, I'm jumping, I'm being explosive. That's what plyometrics are. And the reason I bring this up is because a lot of people who think they're doing quote unquote Plyos are really just doing aerobic exercise where you're just bouncing around like this for a while. That's not plyometrics. Plyometrics are explosive and fast, and you're very, very rarely on the ground. So in fact, a true plyometric exercise roughly has a foot on contact with ground time of less than 0.2 of a second. So let's put that in perspective. To do a true plyometric, you're moving your legs like pistons. You're not really hanging out or just doing bodyweight squats. That often gets, confused with the word calisthenics, which is bodyweight exercise. So push-ups can be calisthenics, squats can be calisthenics, but we can do those calisthenic exercises in a plyometric fashion by doing them very explosively. So Plyos are exercises designed for the specific intent of increasing your speed and your power, and they do so through explosive exercise, typically using your body weight. So we'll get into the exercises, but before we do, I want to talk about who Plyos are right for. Plyos are right for people who want to get faster or more explosive, so typically athletes. Plyos are not the best kind of exercise if your goal is to lose weight and to build muscle. They can be certainly incorporated into that program, but they're designed by their nature to increase your fast twitch muscle fibers to make you quicker and more explosive. So if you're a guy out there and your goal is just to lose some belly fat and to get stronger and to get some weight off, then Plyos might not be the best exercise for you, and you'd be better off doing some more metabolic circuit training. And we have tons of videos on that, on the proper metabolic circuit training, because Plyos, by their nature being so explosive, do carry a risk for injury. Because anytime you're jumping up and down or doing very explosive motions, the risk of injury does go up. So unless you are an athlete, I would not recommend you base the majority of your workouts around Plyos, but certainly if you play a sport or you want to get faster specifically, then Plyos are the best bet possible. So in this video, we're going to look at a couple of some very common, some of our favorite plyometric exercises. You're going to see me demo those, and then we'll loop back after that and we'll talk about how you can actually put this into an actual workout plan. So here are a few simple Plyos that I like. And the reason I want to start off with these very simple ones is Plyos can be just as simple as you jumping forward and backward. So you can just put an X on the ground and do some of these forward and backward jumps, or do something like high knees here, where you're just making sure that your legs are firing like pistons and that contact time on the ground is very, very short. Think of that 0.2 of a second rule. Your legs are firing. So whether you're doing the forward or the sideways hops or these high knees right here, that's the deal. Also, you can do things like power skips for height. You may have seen some athletes do these when they're warming up. This is a plyometric exercise where you're able to skip high on one leg, and the reason it's plyometric is because you're exploding every single time. Or you don't necessarily have to do very simple plyo exercises. You can use some basic forms of equipment. Like here, you can see me doing some explosive step-ups on a box here. And this is plyometric, unlike a regular step-up, because I'm exploding off the ground very quickly, and I'm making sure that my foot is very rarely in contact with the box or the floor. Or you can do these side by side. So this is a box side shuffle where I'm essentially doing the plyometrics on a side basis here. Or you can do some simple bodyweight plyometric exercises like this alternating jumping split squat. Or you can straight up do some jumps for height where you're trying to do max height jumps, but I want you to only go a quarter down so you don't have as much time in contact with the ground. You can jump to max height. Or you could do some forward leaps here, kind of like a Frogger thing where you're jumping as far as you can, landing and immediately jumping into the next. But there's also some great plyos for your upper body as well. You can do plyometric push-ups, which unlike a regular push-up where you're going at a slow cadence, with a plyometric push-up, you want to be as explosive as possible off the ground. So a clapping push-up is a great example of a plyometric push-up because you're leaving the ground, you're being very explosive, and you can even do plyometrics with pull-ups. You'll just have to engage massively, explosively at the bottom of the pull-up and then come right back down, then explode up again. So there are so many different options for plyos. I think some of the best plyometric exercises tend to be your lower body, but you can certainly do great plyos with the different push-up variations and pull-up variations for your upper body. And again, the goal of these is to increase your speed and your power. That's why we're exercising so explosively. We're taking advantage of that stretch shortening cycle and really working your body through a fast range of motion. So those are some great plyometric exercises. And if you are a person that can check the box that says, yes, one of my primary goals with exercise is more speed and more power for athletic purposes, then you should incorporate plyos. And a couple great ways is you can either put plyos in the front end of your workout as like an activator. So do 5-10 minutes of these different kinds of plyometric exercises as a warm-up that gets your body going and it also fires those fast twitch fibers. Or if you don't want to do them daily, you can have a dedicated plyometric day where you might do regular strength training on one day, cardio on another day, then you have plyometrics dedicated on one whole day. But do know this, because plyometrics are so explosive, they're taxing on the body. Although you're not lifting heavy weights, just the demand of having to jump to max height requires a lot out of your nervous system, and it can really impact your recovery ability, so you need to make sure you're resting enough. For the lion's share of people out there, as great as plyos are for athletes, there are more effective exercises if your goal is muscle building and or weight loss. So if that's the case, then you want to stick to more of this metabolic resistance training or some classic strength training with some high intensity interval training cardio. That is a better method. And we have tons of videos here at the Fit Father Project, and we also cover this in depth in our Fit Father 30-day program where we actually hand you the proper workouts. But if you're at the point where you want to get more speed and power, then plyos would be something I'd recommend either in the front end of your workout or as a dedicated whole body circuit day with plyometrics. In terms of reps and sets for these things, I think it's a good idea to set a timer with the plyos and go for like 30 seconds on and then take like a 30 seconds rest. The goal of plyos is to be as explosive as possible. It's not really an aerobic exercise, although you will be huffing and puffing from doing these plyos. So hope you found this valuable. If you are not a member of our 30-day program and you like done-for-you workouts along with a meal plan and the accountability, then join us inside Fit Father 30X. It's the world's best program for busy guys over 40 who want to lose weight and build muscle, and we incorporate the safe, effective exercises and we hand you the plan, then we keep you accountable. So definitely check that out. And if you're just here on our YouTube channel watching us for the first time, thank you for being here. Give us a thumbs up if you found this video valuable, and definitely check out some of our other hundreds of videos on our YouTube channel. And hit subscribe for notifications when we publish new tutorials on the best exercises, meal plans, motivation, weight loss, everything you need to know to stay strong and healthy for your family. We are the Fit Father Project. This is what we do, and we thank you for being here, my friend. I'll see you around the channel. I'll see you inside our 30-day program, and I'll talk to you very soon.